I'm currently over here in the area called Martinique, which is now the existing closest area or rooms over to the check-in center near the front of the resort. At the edge of what is the actual still existing rooms and the edge of the current construction that is going on. Give you guys an idea of what it looks like for construction here. I'm gonna walk along and let you guys see what views you do have and do not have. As you walk along the extreme edge here of Martinique, you can see that they are making some headway with the building for the new DVC resort. So there are two large cranes easily visible from across the property. We are at the edge of the water here, this side of the lake. As I pan down, you can see the other areas. Again, this is over in Martinique, Jamaica, and the other areas of the standard rooms are across the way. This area used to be what they refer to as Barbados. All of those buildings are now gone. Pretty large area. All the trees are out. And eventually will be its own resort. Many years ago, when the first time we stayed here at the Caribbean beach, we had stayed over in the Barbados area. Was able to walk all along this way, take this path here and take it all the way up to what used to be the old Port Royale, the main area for food, quick service, gift shop, and the like. This map here, kind of give you guys an idea. Where I'm standing right now is pointed out on the map at the very edge of Martinique. Again, this used to all be Barbados, and this is where the new resort will be built. It's being built here to my right. Custom house is where you check in. And the old Port Royale, again, is where the quick service and everything used to be. The map does point out that they're currently being refurbished, and they've got different things there available than they would normally have. What's currently being worked on right now is this whole area of Centertown. Old Port Royale is completely closed down for the most part, being redone, and eventually when they're expected to open, I believe in August of 2018, this custom house, which is the current check-in, will be moved down to the same area where all of the other services and amenities for guests will be. So it'll be a little bit more convenient. You don't have to worry about your check-in being in a completely different area, which means more than likely this area in some way or form will be repurposed for the use of the new resort in some way. But again, you've got Martinique. The other side of Old Port Royale is to Trinidad North, Jamaica, Aruba. And if you're staying in the pirate rooms, you'll be moving farther down into the area of Trinidad South. They're cool rooms. The only difference between the pirate rooms and the other standard rooms of the Caribbean beach, these rooms here do have an additional bunk bed, so to speak, trundle, for the purpose of having a fifth person in the room. Has to be basically a child. It's a small bed. So these can hold up to 5. When you move down into the pirate rooms, they only hold a maximum of 4. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about what kind of room you'd like to stay at when you come to Caribbean Beach. So we're going to walk on down and see what the old Port Royale area looks like now. standing here in between two of the other areas across from the construction area, Old Port Royale. This here, lovely hue, is the Aruba area. If I turn to my right, this is Jamaica. Just so you guys can see that if you are in one of these rooms over here, it is still very quiet. No concerns there. One of the internal rooms, interior rooms, you're not going to see the construction. I'm actually facing the construction of the Old Port Royale amenity area. As I turn over here, over there is where they're building the Riviera Resort. You don't see or hear any of construction, so as far as noise levels, not majorly concerned about that. And again, if you're only looking at views, otherwise interior of these rooms, construction is not going to really bother you as far as views or noise levels. So while the Caribbean Beach is under construction as far as the main center town and Old Port Royale, one of the concerns or downsides was that you no longer had your resort mugs. You didn't have a drink station to go over to like you did before. Actually, there is still one. It's just in the tent. Actually, the better thing now is that because of the construction that's going on, I'm over in Jamaica. I'm going to show you, if you go over to certain areas within the rooms where you would get ice, and where generally there would have been vending machines before. Go to the ice rooms. To show you that Disney has been great about adding freestyle machines. So, is it a disadvantage now, construction? Actually, it's been a great advantage, because now people who have resort mugs can have the freedom within their own building that you may have to walk a little bit, because they're not going to be beside every room. A Coke freestyle machine in the ice area. So instead of having to walk all the way over to center town, you can now get your own refills a lot closer to your own rooms, and a lot more selections as well. Of course, you have to have a cup. It is for resort mugs only, and there is a reader on the bottom. So make sure you get your resort mugs, get them activated either before leaving for the parks or coming back from the parks. Refresh yourself with the Coke Freestyle machine. Now, if you notice that not all of the vending areas are going to have the Coke Freestyle. All of the other areas, besides the one, will have your regular vending. So if you do not have a resort mug, or the Disney dining plan where you get the resort mug, you can still get yourself a Coke at a vending machine at the other vending areas throughout the buildings. If you do have a resort mug, make sure you find the one that has the Freestyle. If you happen to be staying over the Aruba or the Jamaica buildings, head over to the bridge, taking you across the island. Takes you over to the Old Port Royale area. Fun little island that during the daytime kids can also play at the playground. Just cross over the bridge. You do get a view of the construction for the new resort. And the other areas. Trinidad, again Jamaica, Aruba's behind me. So you can walk across the bridge anytime at night. The amenities, the sitting areas, the playground is only open from sunrise to sunset. So no midnight sliding. Those areas will be locked off. From here you can see across the pool area. Pool building still open during construction. The far areas there is the new buildings being constructed in center town. This main area here is also under construction. So all of that in the far distance is closed at the moment. Pool is here. Food trucks and tent service areas for food is off to the right. So they do not have a gift shop anymore with Old Port Royale down for construction at the moment. They do have a pop-up trailer here at the edge of the area with a few items here and there. Not a huge souvenir selection, so have to wait for that in the parks. There is a Banana Cabana bar right next to that, and of course a center town tent with the pop-up restaurant in it. So a few amenities, but not nearly as full as what they would normally have when the resort is back out of construction.
from your Caribbean beach family. Have a magical day.
You want the double set? It's double set. Okay, so you guys don't have to. We don't have it. Well, we will. It's just under construction right now. This is just a temporary setup. Now we have a truck that we can order at a park. And inside right now it's actually a
good morning. We would also like to acknowledge birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, retirements, honeymoons, and friendship. Well, today we have
We're now walking from the construction area where the temporary center town is currently. If you're staying in Martinique, which is the area closest to the check-in area, to get to any of the facilities or amenities, you will have to walk around all of this construction area. It's a little bit of a walk, and it's not very pretty, but you can still get to everything. You just have to kind of go around the construction through this little tunnel through here. Pardon their appearance. There is still access, that's good. At least you don't have to drive over. The area is over by Aruba, Jamaica. Not nearly as difficult. Trinidad are all easily walked from one to the other. But if you are staying in Martinique, which strangely enough is considered the premium upgrade area, is you got to walk around this area to get to any of the food, the pool, the bar, anything else actually in the resort. You will have to walk around this area first. You can see as far as we've been walking, we're just now coming up to Martinique areas first of all. The first one's closest. Mind you, if you're a family who is big park goers, get up early in the morning, rope drop, close the park at night. Don't spend a lot of time at the resort pools. Don't eat at the resort. It's not as big a deal. Not a concern. If you guys haven't heard, at the Disney Resort hotels, they have taken away the do not disturb signs, and now they have the nice room occupied door hangers. And to point this out to you guys, as you can see, nice Neverland theme. We're off the Neverland, room occupied. Notice at the bottom is very important. The Disney Resort Hotel and staff reserves the right to enter your room, even when the sign is displayed. For security purposes, Disney will now make a point to enter hotel rooms at least once a day to check, make sure everything's good, and there are no problems. And if they do have to do any maintenance, of course, they'll do that as well. But I want you guys to be aware of the fact do not disturb signs are no longer available at the Disney resorts, and that you will have to deal with the fact that Disney will come in and check your room at least once a day. So take that into consideration.